10 showdown in the SEC between the 8th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies and the 9th-ranked Florida Gators. In a top 10 showdown between Texas A&M and Florida, the freshman Ava Brown gets a strikeout of Amari Harper to start the game.
Right back into the count.
And that is back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for the freshman Ava Brown. Draws a 4-pitch walk to extend the inning for the cleanup hitter Julia Cottrell. 15 runs against Alabama. Cottrell hard hit to short. Skylar Wallace will take it to the second base bag, and Ava Brown pitches around. Up the middle, that is not an infield single, but through to center field, and Kendra Falby continues her hot hitting. Otis takes off. This is punched into the gap in right field. Falby is rounding third, and she will head towards home, and there is no throw. Corby Otis puts the Gators on the board first in the bottom of the first.
We score, we win. She found a way to get on, and then Corby Otis, who has been so hot all season and so consistent, absolutely crushes this ball to the right side. I mean, Kendra Falby is basically at second base. When the ball hits the green, she was put in motion, easily going to be able to score from first base. Top offenses and one of the toughest to face.
Wallace over the head of Enright in right field. Here comes Otis around third. The cutoff from Wiggins is high, and it's 2-0 Gators in the first.
Since April 1st, got 0-50. But you knew it was just a matter of time before she started to click and get hot again. We saw it last night's game with a double to tie up the game, and now we see it to be able to continue to put runs on the board. One more person, whoever that's going to be, outside of the top 5 of Falby, Otis, Wallace, Erickson, and Walsh.
Right back up the middle. Look what I found, says Shaylee Ackerman, and she needed that one. The 1-2. High pop up, it'll stay in the infield. Woolley puts it away for 2.
It's a big out. If Texas A&M.
They already have 3. We're not even through the first inning. In game 2, as this is lined into the gap in left field and down for a base hit. Brown drives in another as she chugs into second for a 2-out double.
From home plate to second base, and see Ava Brown is going to get this pitch that's more up, but it's out over the plate and just a little bit out in front of that. Didn't completely square it up the way that she's actually capable of, but it finds a gap. Florida scored times. He's letting his offense just go and just trying to put up as many runs as possible.
Kistler backhanded at first by Harper and races to the bag to end the inning, but in order. Up the middle, and that is through into center field. Coco Woolley gives Texas A&M its first base hit of the game.
Second, then you see Wallace and Falby.
Fly ball left field. Back on it is Otis for out number 1 as Enright flies out to deep left.
Speed being such a big part of both of these teams as well as Florida and taking extra bases.
Rylan Wiggins punches this into left field at the wall and gone. And just like that, Texas A&M is back in it in the second.
Yeah, they needed that, a little bit of life in their offense, even going back to last night and then getting down 3-0 in this game. Look at the senior, Rylan Wiggins, saying, come on, get up, let's go. Fun fact about Rylan Wiggins is that her first career home run was hit on this field. And now she hits another one. Comfortable playing here, a veteran senior leader for Texas A&M. They needed a swing like that bad just to have a little bit more momentum get put on their side. The senior really relying on the senior Skylar Wallace to be their leader that they need to hear from.
Flair is caught on the run at third, and the double up is in time. Ariel Kalolewski
Florida defense to turn 2.
2-2 off the glove of Ackerman. Kowalewski will get to first without a throw. And the 5th base knock of the day for the
years with taking hitting away and just focusing on pitching.
That caught Williams in the helmet. And a little bit shaken up, understandably so. It got the bill of her helmet and first the hand, it looked like.
Yeah, it did. You're right.
To short and sneaks through. Waving around Kowalewski, and now she'll stay put as the bases are loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 2nd for the Gators.
At-bats too this year for her wrist.
Takes the payoff into left field at the wall, and a grand slam for Corby Otis. Busted open in the 2nd for the Gators.
I think she might be happy that she didn't walk on that pitch before, the pitch that she thought was a ball, because it got her to this pitch. They went back to the inside corner, a little bit off the plate, and Otis is just looking for that side of the plate, squares it up 100%. You see her emotion rounding first base, knowing that she hit a grand slam and that Florida was able to answer back, to punch back.
Wallace up the middle. 2 for 2 this afternoon.
You can tell Skylar Wallace just feeling better so many times when she was growing up.
2-2 into center field. Back on it is Hill, and it's over her head and off the wall. A long single for Jocelyn Erickson as Wallace goes first to third.
Week or two for Florida has been such a grind with their schedule and their opponents.
Walsh, a mile high pop up to left field. Este is under it. Wallace will tag. The throw in is not in time. And the Gators lead it 8-2.
To get in everything and over and beyond of what you need to do. Just a lot mentally.
Runner takes off. Throw down from Cottrell is in time, and they catch Erickson trying to go first to second. 2 down.
They're going to actually review this. Tim Walton going right away. So the whole thing that you're looking for is if the defender is blocking the leading edge of the base before she has possession of the ball. And in my opinion, I thought live that Coco was doing that, putting her. So not a surprise to me at all with where Coco Woolley situated herself to receive that ball. The umpires can take it upon themselves. So I'm all for not speeding the game down in any different way. And
That's
I think
a filthy off-speed pitch for a strikeout and a much-needed out at all. 3-2 into center field. Hill will glide underneath to end the inning, and it's a big one for Florida. Brown won Gatorade National Player of the Year last year. Rothrock won it the year before. Now they're both on the same staff for Tim Walton. And a strikeout for Brown, her 3rd of the afternoon.
Offices in the second day.
2-2 to center field. Back on it is Falby, and it is gone. A monster home run for Trinity Cannon. And A&M chipping away here in the 3rd. Second Aggie home run of the day, and it makes it 8-3 Gators.
Yeah, great at bat by Trinity Cannon. We were talking about the field and the stadium and just where you have the best view from, but I think anywhere would have a great view of that at bat and how she fouled off pitches to get to this off-speed pitch that was out over the plate, no doubt, or off of her bat, well out of the reach of Kendra Falby.
And now Jasmine Hill punches it into right field, but playable for Kistler. 2 away. Flares it to short. Dan Wallace ends the inning.
But he's thrown about 50% of the innings for Texas A&M. The rest of the staff has thrown the other 50% combined.
Leadoff walk for Kamalewski. 2-2 count to Mia Williams. Just got a piece of that. And into the mitt of Julia Cottrell. Just caught it. A pair of singles and a pair of runs scored. To short on the hop. They get 1, but with Falby's speed, turning 2 is nearly impossible. 2 away in the third. Punched right side, in and out of the glove of Wiggins. And an infield single for Otis, but the fact that she knocked it down probably kept Falby at second base. Wallace goes down on 3 straight strikes, and Levitt leaves 2 aboard. We will chat with Tim Walton when we return. And Woolley shoots it through into left field. Back-to-back base hits for the Aggie shortstop.
Yeah, she's had a good game. Gotten on 2 times. They moved her to that 5 spot. She had missed a couple of games.
Woolley takes off on a ball in the dirt and no throw from Erickson.
First, she keeps her hips pointed towards second base, anticipating a ball in the dirt. As soon as she saw it, she takes off.
And right, high pop-up left side in foul territory and caught by Skylar Wallace. And the amount of games that are on linear television, there is softball on at all times every weekend. Pretty awesome. 3-2 is lined into left field and down. Woolley will stay put at third on the throw in from Corby Otis. Full count, right back into the mitt of Ava Brown. Big second out for the Gators.
It's a great at bat by Keely Williams and did everything that she possibly could.
Perez, a fly ball left field. In on it is Otis, and she will make the play in foul territory. Brown strands 2, pitching around a pair of singles. Florida maintains the 5-run lead. 5 years. First pitch swinging for Jocelyn Erickson is caught in foul territory, 1 away.
Back-to-back national champions, but the way that they've lost a few more games than last year, you can see it.
2 down in the 4th. Well, speaking of going a long time without down in the 2-2. Fly ball center field. Jasmine Hill is at the wall and pulls it in for a long out number 3. Just 8 pitches that inning.
It's roots here.
Chopper backhanded, no, scooped up from Wallace, and a strong throw across the diamond to Avery Gels, 1 away in the 3rd. And that caught a piece of Cannon. So she is on for. Draws a walk. So a hit batter and now a walk, and 2 on for the former Gator, Julia Cottrell.
Celebration in that game in 2021 to celebrate the championship.
Cottrell lines it into left field. Back on it is Otis and makes the play in front of the track. A long out number 2.
It's a great read by Corby Otis.
Woolley, Tapper to Wallace, charging in, and the throw gets away from Gels. In to score from second is Golden. They will send in Hill, and she scores. Now Woolley comes to the plate. A 3-run Tapper off the bat of Coco Woolley, and just like that, the Aggies are back in it, down 2.
that is what speed can do in softball. That is what speed can do for the Aggies. Coco Woolley, just a soft slap to the left side, and that throw pulls Avery Gels off and ends up all the way into right field. And then this mistake right here is a mistake that is the gut punch, because Coco Woolley able to go all the way around with her speed. That is how fast she is, how good a reads that she gets. And I think the difference maker when Coco Woolley runs it.
2 down in the 5th. And right, launches it deep left field. Back on it, Otis at the wall, and will make the catch. A step in front of the wall. 3-run score. And has gone scoreless each of the last 2 innings. High hopper to second base. Charging in is Wiggins, and she gets it there in time. What a play at second by Rylan Wiggins.
Yeah, Rylan Wiggins says to the 970s. And you see in SEC play that they're stepping up to make more plays and win games.
Line drive center field. Charging it is Hill, and she'll get there in time. The speedster.
Strike zone has seemed small. It's a great location.
And the 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Out from her crouch is Cottrell. And 7 straight retired for Emily Levitt, who has stemmed the tide. Her Aggies will pick up the bats when we return. Here. This one flared shallow left field, and in foul territory it is caught by Corby Otis. 1 away.
Switched off at first base, both hit in the everyday lineup, and Keegan Rothrock.
Flared into left. Otis, 2 down.
Keegan Rothrock can also swing it, looking to see her hit potentially a little bit more in terms of the long ball, the most hit, up there at the top of the conference.
Line drive into right field. Gliding back Kistler, and a 1-2-3 inning for Ava Brown. On to the bottom of the 6th.
She was little.
Goes down looking on a fluttering off speed on the outside corner. Payoff pitch coming from Levitt. Lined to Woolley. 2 outs.
Positioned really well for that play, more up the middle of the field. And you talked about all the analytics.
And a run batted in today. Struck out her last AB against Levitt. Back to Woolley. And another 1-2-3 inning, the 3rd in a row for Emily Levitt. Keeps it a 2-run game. 2 strikeouts today for Harper against Brown. The 2-2 is a strikeout on the outside corner. 1 down in the 7th.
Been in every single game that they've played. And I think it goes to show you as Cannon draws that walk, just the fight of this team to be down 8-2, and Florida scored those 8 runs.
Cottrell, the former Gator, on deck. 4 straight balls for the 2nd consecutive batter, and the game-tying run is aboard for Julia Cottrell. Cottrell up the middle and into center field. Fielded by Falby, and a strong throw in to Jocelyn Erickson. Will keep level at 3rd. Cottrell loads the bases.
Or keep her feet still.
Up the middle, and it's through. Here comes Jasmine Hill. We are tied in Gainesville. Coco Woolley, 4 for 4 this afternoon, and drives in the game-tying run for Texas A&M.
That's why you're looking at the infield. Where are they? They're drawn in. Okay, so I'm not going to go to more a touch-and-go slap. I'm going to try to hit this ball through the infield, and she does. And to get it past Ava Brown, who is a good fielding pitcher, she's falling off to her right side. That ball was to her glove side and through the infield. And Coco Woolley, what a day at the plate for her.
Scoring position for Rylan Wiggins, who homered. Back in the 2nd. Not this time. Aggies plate 2 in the 7th off the bat of Coco.
It's been a long game, 2.5-hour game.
The The 1-2 to Jocelyn Erickson, lined up the middle. And a leadoff single for Florida's four-hitter Jocelyn Erickson, including last night's loss to Florida. Punched into right field, down for a base hit. Barnard up to second, and back-to-back runners aboard for Florida in the seventh. Words of Tim Walton. 1-2 into right field, and caught on the run by Allie Enright, and zips it into second base. Barnard gets back in time. One down.
Making good contact.
That rings her up, looking on the outside corner. Quickly 2 away in the seventh. A switch has been flipped for Emily Kennedy after giving up back-to-back singles. Strikes out the last two and will pass the bat back to Texas A&M. For A&M in the game. And now free softball as the eighth inning is led off with a single by Kramer Este. Back on April 20th. Bunt dropped down by Powell. Charging in from third is Kowalewski, and there is no play. 2 on and nobody out as the lineup turns over for the Aggies. Pitch from Brown is a strikeout on the outside corner. Big time pitch from Brown, her 5th strikeout. And go ahead run in scoring position. Rolls it to third. Kowalewski over across the diamond, but a productive out by Scout Lovell brings Jasmine Hill to the plate. Crown last night. Hill pops it up in the infield, and making the play is Kowalewski. Brown pitches around back-to-back singles. Season pole as the 3-1 misses to Williams, and the game-winning run aboard now for Kendra Falby. But beyond that, both fast, very good. 2-2 to Falby. Is into center field and down for a base hit. And just like the seventh, back-to-back runners aboard to start the inning for the Gators. Game hit streak. Lines it into center field. Charging in is Hill. They will hold Williams at third. And the bases are loaded with nobody out in the eighth. With a run in the eighth. 0-2 to Wallace. Big strikeout for Kennedy, 1 down.
9-inning, 15-13 game against FSU they just had.
Erickson into left field, and that'll do it. The Gators walk it off and take the series against Texas A&M.
More off the end of the bat, but gets it over the head of Coco Woolley. Look at her just go down to get that pitch. Knew it off the bat, saw it over the head of Coco Woolley that she had won the game like she has done so many times this year. And look at Tim Walton, too. Celebration there. This is a dogfight of a game. Somebody had to come away with the win. Florida's offense was really hot at the beginning, cooled off in the middle, and then got hot again at the end at the right time to come away with the win in this game, and then an SEC series win and clinch second place in the SEC.
They have not lost a home series this season, and that will continue. Florida takes down A&M in an extra inning thriller. We'll have Game 3 on ESPN2 tomorrow afternoon. For Amanda Scarborough, our entire team,